Lindsey Vonn crashes in training, delays start of farewell season. Hurt her knee in a training crash Monday, delaying the start of her final season by at least 1 week, according to U.S. Ski and Snowboard. Vonn, who hopes to win 5 races in her farewell campaign to break World Cup victories record, will miss arguably her 3 best chances at wins at her favorite venue of Lake Louise, Alberta next week. The good news, I do not need surgery, was posted on Vonn's social media, one day after the Super G crash at Copper Mountain, Colorado. The bad news, I won't be able to race in Lake Louise. LL has always been my favorite stop on the Dubsea and I am devastated to not be coming this year. I am down but I am not out. Vonn, 34, said last month that she will retire after this season, whether or not she breaks Stenmark's record. Now, the earliest race she could enter is a Super G in St. Moritz, Switzerland, on December 8. If I get it, the record, that would be a dream come true, Vonn said October 11. If I don't, I think I've had an incredibly successful career no matter what. I'm still the all-time winningest female skier. Vonn thought this spring and summer about continuing on to 2019-20 if she doesn't reach the record this season. In the end, her lengthy injury history made the decision for her. Physically, I've gotten to the point where it doesn't make sense, she said. I really would like to be active when I'm older, so I have to look to the future and not just be so focused on what's in front of me. Last season, Vonn had 5 wins in 14 World Cup starts in speed events, with none of the victories coming in Lake Louise during another injury-affected winter. There are 14 scheduled World Cup speed races this season after Lake Louise. Yesterday I crashed training Super G and hurt my knee. The good news, I do not need surgery. The bad news, I won't be able to race in Lake Louise. LL has always been my favorite stop on the Dubsea and I am devastated to not be coming this year. I am down but I am not out. Lindsey Vonn, at Lindsey Vonn, Lansing, Michigan. AP, ex-Michigan State University president was charged Tuesday with lying to police during an investigation of the handling of serial sexual abuser, the third current or former campus official other than Nassar to face criminal charges in the scandal. Simon, who stepped down under pressure in January, spoke with state police investigators on May 1. She is accused of making 2 false and misleading statements, that she was unaware of the nature of a sexual misconduct complaint that sparked the school's 2014 Title IX probe of Nassar, and that she only knew a sports medicine doctor, not Nassar himself, was under investigation at that time. If convicted of 2 felony and 2 misdemeanor counts of lying to a peace officer, the 71-year-old Simon faces up to 4 years in prison. The Mason resident is scheduled to be arraigned on Monday in Eaton County near Lansing. One of her attorneys called the charges completely baseless and said he had not seen a shred of evidence to support them. In my opinion, the real crime here is that these charges are even being brought, he said. We are confident that when we have our day in court, Dr. Simon will be exonerated and these charges will be proven to have no merit. University spokeswoman said Simon, who remains on faculty despite resigning as president, is taking an immediate leave of absence without pay to focus on her legal situation. Simon is the 5th person to be criminally charged in the wake of Nassar's convictions for molesting young female athletes under the guise of treatment. Numerous other people have lost their jobs or have been sued. In August, Michigan Attorney General Bill Scoot charged former MSU gymnastics head coach with lying to an investigator when she denied that witnesses told her years ago about being sexually assaulted by Nassar. In March, the ex-dean of the osteopathic medicine school was charged with neglecting his duty to enforce examining room restrictions imposed on Nassar after the 2014 Title IX investigation. That probe, initiated by a patient, resulted in the school clearing Nassar. In Texas, former USA Gymnastics president was charged last month with tampering with evidence while a former sports medicine trainer was charged in June with acting as a party with Nassar in the sexual assault of a child. Hundreds of girls and women have said Nassar molested them when he was a physician, including while he worked at Michigan State and Indianapolis-based USA Gymnastics, which trains U.S. Olympians. Nassar, 55, last year pleaded guilty to sexually assaulting 9 victims and possessing child pornography, and his sentences equate to life in prison. In a skit called Swimmers Got Talent, and showed that their skills are not confined to the pool. Ledecky, the 5-time Olympic champion, and Beisel, the retired 3-time Olympian, performed a duet at USA Swimming's Golden Goggle Awards in New York City on Monday night. In a reprisal of Ledecky played the Beatles' Let It Be on the piano, plus sang. Beisel accompanied on the violin. I was probably a little pitchy, I'm sorry about that, Ledecky said after the song and before she won a 6th straight Female Swimmer of the Year award. Beisel, who has played the violin since age 3, said it was more nerve-wracking than the Olympics to play in front of several hundred people from the swim community at a Midtown Manhattan hotel ballroom. "I took piano lessons as a child, but I have not been able to keep up with it and I am not as proficient as I would like," Ledecky said before the Rio Games. Ledecky has played the piano since age 8 or 9, but she phased out of lessons in the 8th grade to prioritize swimming. Even so, as of spring 2016, she could bang out a respectable version of Hey Jude or Viva La Vida on the baby grand piano in the living room. Female Swimmer of the Year, Katie Ledecky. Male Swimmer of the Year, Ryan Murphy. Female Race of the Year, Kathleen Baker, 100 meters backstroke world record, U.S. Championships. Male Race of the Year, Ryan Murphy, 100 meters backstroke, Pan-Pacific Championships. Relay of the Year, Pan-Pacific Championships Men's Medley. Breakout Swimmer of the Year, Michael Andrew. Perseverance Award, Micah Summerall. Coach of the Year, Greg Meehan.